Good afternoon. It is March 31, 2024, and it's a Sunday, and it's Easter, and happy Easter. Here in Sharp, it is 7 degrees Celsius, 45 degrees Fahrenheit, and it is sunny, very sunny. It's also almost 4 p.m., and I haven't left the house yet, and I'm going to leave the house. I'm going to go for a nice long walk. That has been the greatest challenge today, is to not be stuck in front of my computer, which I have been so far, and that's not what I want to be doing with my life, especially not today, in this sun. Today I'm thinking about the song Anecdotes by Joanna Newsom. I've been thinking about Joanna Newsom a lot. Um, Divers is really an incredible album. This is the opening track from Divers by Joanna Newsom. It just really, really, really good. And years ago, I had resigned myself to stop evangelizing Joanna Newsom because, Joanna Newsom is not an obscure artist. She's very successful, has a lot of fans, but it's not for everybody. And I get it. I understand. For a while, I didn't, because I was very confident and certain about a lot of things that I should not necessarily have been so confident and certain about. Although I do miss that confidence and certainty because, confidence feels good. It's also attractive. Not just sexually attractive, but just attractive in general. Confidence is attractive. And I've also definitely swung really the other way around. I guess because a lot of the confidence wasn't deserved or based in anything solid. So once I became mature enough to realize that a lot of that it was undeserved confidence, it really exposed what was at the core of me, which was a lot of insecurity and low self-esteem. But I think I'm going to start becoming more confident in trying to encourage people to at least try out listening to Joanna Newsom. Because, this album is about time. Travel. A big part of it is about time travel. And this war happening between time travelers. But more broadly, it's about time. And it's about love. And it's about death. And I still think that East is her best album. I am definitely biased. I've been listening to Joanna Newsom since 2006 or 2007. I think it was 2007 when I was 17 years old. And I was a musical contrarian back then, or just a contrarian in general, because I was 17. And so I remember reading on the internet that people were complaining about her voice, and people didn't like her voice. And so I thought, as any good contrarian would think, I'm probably going to like this if other people find it annoying and grating. And it turns out that it was true. And I heard East and didn't really like it. But soon after I listened to the Milk-Eyed Mender, and I started listening to the Milk-Eyed Mender a lot, I remember I had a CD player, a portable CD player, that could read MP3 CDs, which is like a data CD. Anyway, so it could have multiple albums on one CD, and I remember being in high school, at Scripps Ranch High School in San Diego, California, walking around listening to the Milk-Eyed Mender on my Discman, wearing t-shirts, white t-shirts that I'd written Pixies lyrics on in Sharpie. But then I remember listening to East some point later. Time feels different. It seems like it was a while later, but it could have just been months, And the difference between 2006 and 2007 can be a world of difference, but or feel like it, but it's just a year. Yeah, time feels different now. I remember sitting down. I had this metal chair, this really uncomfortable metal chair that I would sit on in front of my computer, which is where I would spend most of my time when I wasn't, at school or drinking and doing drugs with my friends. um, and just like sitting down and listening to East on my headphones and being incredibly moved and crying. Um, but I think maybe Divers is their best so far. I can understand people not liking it, of course. I can also understand like not wanting to deal with the lyrics, because to me the lyrics are I this is a deeply held belief that I have, that Joanna Newsom, at least in English language music, is the greatest living lyricist. It's insane. I think one of the greatest lyricists of all time. But definitely like alive right now. But I can understand that. I mean, it takes effort. I mean, if you that's not to say that it's so complex that it's not like James Joyce, but she's, I believe, influenced by James Joyce. But it's not like James Joyce or even worse, Thomas Pynchon, where it's like you need, or David Foster Wallace or whatever. I mean, specifically Infinite Jest, where you need a fucking page by page guide. Like, I read Infinite Jest; it's possibly my favorite novel. And look at me, is it surprising that Infinite Jest is my favorite novel? I'm literally like, if you would try to do a police sketch of somebody who would say the words "Infinite Jest" is my favorite novel, and would look exactly like me. Maybe with a collar on my shirt. But I mean, I would have never read that book had I not had first of all, had I not been paid to read it, because I read it at work and had like a page by page guide explaining everything. I'm not smart enough to understand that on its own. Okay, this is getting long again. So it takes effort. Also, I can definitely understand people not liking her voice. I think it's beautiful. Voice has changed a lot. She had vocal nodules. Had to relearn how to sing. I think more people would like her voice now, but I can definitely understand people not liking it. And then also, this might or might not be an issue. The arrangements can be very like 70s folk. And I can understand people, not necessarily liking those. Like, I like the arrangements. There's some songs, like, for example, like, Leaving the City, which is an amazing song. I love Leaving the Cities, but, like, I really don't like the guitar tone on there, but I'm just going to read the lyrics to you. I guess that's what I'm going to do. Real quick. Listen to this song. I just want to read them out loud because I love them so much. I love these lyrics. Let's go. Let's do it. Sending the first scouts over, back from the place beyond the dawn. Horse, bear your broken soldier, eyes frozen wide at what went on. And time in our camp is moving, as you'd anticipate it to. But what is this sample proving? Anecdotes cannot say what time may do. I kid with Rufus Nightjar when our men are all asleep. Quote, it ain't about how rare you are, but how hard you are to see. Take you and me, end quote. When are you from, said he, in our blind of winter leaves, as we sighted out their flyers in the gray scale of the night. I love that, in the gray scale of the night. Fumbled on the bare ground to bury round landmines, while the dew lay down and dried. We signal private Porwill when the morning starts to loom. Quote, pull up from your dive, end quote, till we hear the telltale boom. Too soon, hot dogging loon, caught there like a shard in the mirror of the moon. Hot dogging loon, I like that. Now they've stopped giving orders, but I follow anyway, laying in our state of torpor, waiting out the day while the dew burns away. Like that. Rushing, tearing, speeding home, bound to a wheel that is not my own, where round every bend I long to see temporal infidelity. I love that. And all along the road the lights stream by. I want to go where the dew won't dry. I want to go where the light won't bend, far as the eye may reach nor end. And just... But inasmuch as that light is lone, insofar as we've borrowed bones. That's so good. In so much as that light is lone, insofar as we borrowed bones. And by the way, a lot of what's going on here is going to be referenced lyrically in later songs. Must every debt now be repaid in star-spotted, sickle-winged night raids? While we sing to the garden, and we sing to the stars, and we sing in the meantime wherever you are? In the folds and the branches, somewhere out there. I was only just born into open air. Now hush, little babe, you don't want to be down in the trenches remembering with me, where you will not mark my leaving, and you will not hear my parting song, nor is there cause for grieving, nor is there cause for carrying on. And daughter, when you are able, come down and join the kettles on, and your families round the table. Will you come down before the sun is gone? And that's Anecdotes by Joanna Newsom. And like, so yeah, there's this time traveling war, and there's also like, I mean, when you look at in the folds and the branches somewhere out there, I was only just born into open air. I mean, she's speaking, sort of like singing to herself. She's like a time singing to herself being born. I don't know. And it also becomes pointed because she, some point after this, had a daughter herself. She got a son as well, which, I mean, for her new record is, talked about this before, but like the lyrics are fucking crazy and so beautiful about her children. Look, was it necessary for me to read that out? No, not at all. But it felt really good, and I love those lyrics. I just love saying them. I love it when she sings them. Later today, I mean, I'm going to go outside. I'm going to listen to it in an audiobook of The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. Let's see. So later today, I want to get out of here before the sun sets. It's always the same. It's just going to keep going down. 7. This is hour by hour. 7 degrees. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And it skips down to 0 at 10 p.m. So we're going to 44, 43, 41, 40, 37, 35, 33. See, it's not as uniform. But yeah, it's going to go down to negative 1 degree Celsius, 30 degrees Fahrenheit at the end of the day, before we transition over into Monday with the continuation of the long weekend. Again, partly sunny most of the day. Going to be a bit of clouds, again, mostly clear at night once the sun sets. What time is the sun setting? It doesn't really matter. I want to leave. This has been too long. Check out Joanna Newsom. Check out Anecdotes. Check out Divers by Joanna Newsom. It's fantastic. It's beautiful. The whole thing. Let me know what you think. As you can see, look, it's amazing. I need to leave. Beautiful blue skies, golden sunshine all along the way. Everyone, have a great day.